properly make a memorable mixtape? The first step that's absolutely crucial when creating a mixtape is you have to pick a theme. I've made mixes of CDs that make me think of certain people. I've done my very own best of compilation for an artist. I've made Christmas mixes. I've made get out of jail free mixes, which there's a story and we don't have time. For most albums, I recommend 11 to 12 songs. For my year of albums, I always cap myself at 20. How do you start your CD? I never start with something slow. I always like to get something that's going to be catchy and pull them in. It doesn't have to be instantly in your face, but something that's going to stick in their head. As you move from song to song, it's important that they flow into one another. So I absolutely recommend start a song and then skip all the way through to the end and then listen to the last 20 seconds and see how well they mix with the first 5 to 10 seconds of the next song. Crucial. Now you need to build towards your peak. I recommend peaking after the halfway point. If you've got a longer mix that's more like 20 songs, I say peak at about 3/4 of the way through. If you've got a shorter mix that's only 10 to 12 songs, I recommend peaking no more than 2 songs from the end. For good peaking songs, you want songs that you can't stop dancing, or the ones where you just get really into the singing, where you're throwing your hand in the air. It's going to be the most musically impactful song that you have is going to be where you place your peak, and then you need to build towards it and then build down from it. And now you're ready to take your listener home. If you've made a shorter mix of only 10 to 12 songs, really you only need 1 or 2 closing songs. If you've got a longer mix of 20-ish songs, it's okay to wind your listener down for the last handful of songs progressively, because that's such a long listening investment that they're ready to be wound down by the time they hit that last quarter of your album.
Snowfall, kinda low. We still have energy in us.
So, now you've made your mixtape, how do you share it with the world? Well, none of us are probably making mixed tapes, literally. But I've stumbled across recently, because I do weekly mixtapes on my blog, I have signed up for Spotify. And I share my mixtapes there with a link, and if you have a Spotify account, you can just subscribe to the list and listen to the whole mix. I know artists don't get a lot with a Spotify listen, but they get more than nothing. And so when you're sharing your mixtapes, I really encourage you to find ways to share your mixes in a way that's still fair for the artists that you want everyone to listen to. So that's my shout out to Spotify. And I will see you next fortnight.